What happens when a decorated war hero becomes the target of police brutality while simply walking home with groceries? The shocking truth about what transpired in that Memphis courtroom will make your blood boil. Picture this: you're walking home from the corner store, groceries in hand, when suddenly your peaceful afternoon becomes a nightmare that changes everything. That's exactly what happened to 62-year-old Army veteran Reggie Thomas in Memphis, and what the system did to him afterward will leave you absolutely speechless. Before we dive into this incredible story, drop a comment below and let us know where you're watching from. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we bring you the most shocking real-life stories that mainstream media won't tell you. Reggie Thomas wasn't looking for trouble. This Afghanistan war veteran had spent years quietly serving his Memphis community in the Orange Mound neighborhood. Walking with a slight limp from shrapnel that never quite healed right, Reggie was known for his kindness, especially to local kids who'd receive dollar bills for perfect attendance. That fateful Sunday in May started like any other. The sun was high, streets were quiet with most folks inside watching the Grizzlies game, and Reggie had just finished his routine trip to Samir's market. With milk, potatoes, and bread in his cloth bag, he chatted briefly with the store owner about the Titans' chances this season before heading home. What happened next would shatter not just his arm, but an entire community's faith in justice. As Reggie walked up Pendleton Street, he had no idea Officer Brian Dallard's squad car was trailing behind him. No backup. No call for assistance. Just a cop who saw something that wasn't there. The first sound that caught Reggie's attention was the screech of tires. Then came the siren. Expecting the officer to speed past on some urgent call, Reggie was shocked when the cruiser stopped right across from where he stood. "Put your hands where I can see them." Officer Dallard barked, weapon already drawn. Reggie, confused and startled, raised his hands. "What's going on?" he called back, instinctively taking a step back onto the sidewalk. "Don't move," came the reply. But Reggie wasn't moving aggressively. His grocery bag dropped to the sidewalk with a thud, milk rolling toward the curb. Both hands were raised, palms visible, exactly as his military training had taught him. Then came the shot. A sharp crack echoed through the afternoon air. Reggie's right arm exploded in pain just above the elbow. He stumbled backward, heel catching the curb, and hit the ground hard. "Officer down. Suspect charged me." Dallard screamed into his radio. "I repeat, suspect charged me." Shots fired. But here's the thing, Reggie never charged. He never threatened. He never even raised his voice. What happened next reveals the ugly truth about how the system protects its own. Within hours, the Memphis Police Department released a carefully crafted statement claiming Reggie had exhibited threatening behavior and refused commands. No mention of the groceries. No mention of the raised hands. Just enough doubt to muddy the waters. But the community wasn't buying it. Mrs. Laverne Jameson, who witnessed everything from her porch, was furious. "He don't got nothing on him," she shouted. He was coming from the store. Meanwhile, 17-year-old Corey had captured the entire incident on his phone. The shaky but clear footage showed Reggie with his hands up, backing away, posing no threat whatsoever. When the video hit social media, it spread like wildfire. The truth was out, but would justice follow? By the time body cam footage was released, the case had exploded into national headlines. The 2-minute, 43-second video was devastating. It showed Officer Dallard pulling up fast, hand reaching for his weapon immediately, never identifying himself, never asking Reggie to stop walking. "Hey, put your hands up," followed by gunfire less than 5 seconds later. "No, freeze, no, don't move, no, drop your weapon," because there was no weapon to drop. When the trial began, the prosecution seemed to have an airtight case. They had the footage, eyewitness testimony, and expert analysis from a retired police sergeant who testified that Dallard violated every protocol in the book. But the defense had a different strategy. They weren't defending Dallard's actions, they were defending his fears. Enter Dr. Stephen Laurie, a clinical psychologist who specialized in perception under stress. His testimony was chilling in its implications. The human brain under high adrenaline often interprets vague movements as life-threatening, even if the threat isn't real. In other words, it didn't matter that Reggie posed no actual threat. What mattered was that Dallard believed he did. When Reggie took the stand, his testimony was powerful and heartbreaking. "I've been scared before," he said, looking directly at the jury. "I didn't shoot nobody by mistake." But despite the overwhelming evidence, despite the clear footage, despite the community's outcry, the jury returned a verdict that left the courtroom stunned. Not guilty. The room erupted. Gasps, murmurs, and stifled cries of disbelief filled the air. Reggie sat motionless, staring at the jury box, searching faces that refused to meet his eyes. Outside, protesters held signs reading, "Justice denied," and "Your fear is not our death sentence." The criminal trial may have ended in disappointment, but Reggie's story was far from over. The civil trial resulted in a quiet settlement, though Reggie gave most of the money to a local nonprofit helping veterans with PTSD. "I didn't ask for money," he told his lawyer. "I asked not to get shot." Today, Reggie continues to speak at schools and community centers, sharing his story and advocating for police reform. His message is simple but powerful: you want to know the truth? You could do every single thing right and still end up on the wrong end of a weapon. His daughter Vanessa became a nurse at the same hospital that treated him. His community painted murals in his honor. And Officer Dallard? He remained on the force. This story isn't just about one shooting or one verdict. It's about a system that allows fear to justify violence, that protects badges over people, and that forces victims to prove their innocence rather than requiring officers to justify their actions. As Reggie says, until accountability is louder than fear, stories like mine won't stop happening. What do you think about this case? Was justice truly served? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that expose the truth behind the headlines. Your voice matters in demanding the change our communities desperately need.